Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Forma Therapy. My name is Cheok PD, and today we're going to be reacting to a brand new duo debut. This is a music video for the title track Way to You by group Flareu. Flareu is a duo consisting of Chaerimyu and Kangwoo-jin, notably from Boys to Planet. If you followed the Boys to Planet survival show Journey, you're going to know that that's the show that eventually debuted Alpha Drive 1. And as for me personally, Kangwoo-jin loved his audition, especially his performance of Atlantis Sonya, Atlantis Princess, was incredible. I loved his vocal tone on that. I frankly think he did Boa amazing justice, and so he was on my short list of members I wanted to see in the debut lineup. However, Chaerimyu, overall, I think it took more so the entire course of the journey for me to actually really start to see what worked for Chaerimyu. And I started to see his charms, but he wasn't on my short list. But I do know that he was rather popular. Both him and Kangwoo-jin got pretty close, especially Chaerimyu, but did not make it into the debut lineup. They are here, however, as a duo for Flareu. I don't know if this is a temporary duo unit. Duo units are incredibly rare in K-pop. I would say incredibly rare unless it's a subunit of a main group. So I don't know how long this is going to last, if this is going to be permanent or if this is just a project group, but it is accompanied by a mini album as well. Not sure if I'm going to check out the mini album. We're going to have to see how this title track goes. So let's go ahead and check out Way to You. All right, let's get it started. Use head up. Their vocals go really well together. Okay. Right amount of cuteness and refreshing attitude, but not completely, doesn't feel adolescent. Wow. I'm actually really impressed by Chaerimyu. I actually really like them together. Also, the Kangol hat, it's 2026, and they're making the Kangol hat work. I gotta give it to them. Ooh, ooh. I gotta admit, I was not expecting to like this that much. Right now, I would give that a solid 9 out of 10, like a near perfect score. The only reason I'm refraining from a perfect score is I gotta turn this up. I gotta turn it up on my headphones and kind of hear a little bit more of the detailing. So we'll hear on the second run through. Okay, first impressions. As I said, Cherryview was not necessarily on my short list for the debut lineup. I gotta admit, I feel like there is so much of Cherryview that we did not see on Boys to Planet, and he is showing it all off here. He was intensely charming, which he was intensely charming on Boys to Planet, but I think in a much more surprisingly masculine way than I was expecting, and in a much more older way too. I think in Boys to Planet, he came across. Same for Kang Woo-jin. They both came across as like really, really young boys that are just really tall. But here, especially with like the look of the music video, the way that they style and dress them, they look a little bit more like early college age coded. And I like that kind of concept rather than a sort of high teen concept, both in sound and in music video, in styling. It felt like kind of like college campus sort of an aesthetic. I'm not quite sure if that's actually what they were doing, because I think there were scenes with like them with like lockers and shit, and that would indicate a high school in some way. But I personally felt like it felt like whatever age aesthetic that they were going for kind of worked for me, especially with the song too. The song is bouncy, it's light, but it is cute, mind you. It is cute, and the choreography is cute as well. But it's not childish. It's not trying to be cutesy. It's not trying to be like very early to us. We're like refreshing, youthful, early teen youth vibe. No, it's refreshing for sure. There's a sort of like 상큼한. 상큼한 means refreshing in Korean, but it's also like. It means both refreshing and crisp. There's something crisp about it, like almost like a second wind sort of energy to them, which maybe is a little appropriate after the whole Boys to Planet thing. But that coupled with, I think, their vocal pairing, that is something that I was really, really surprised by. First off, I really liked it vocally for Kang Woo-jin. As I mentioned, I really liked Kang Woo-jin's vocals in Boys to Planet. In Boys to Planet, God, it's still so haunting the way he sang Atlantis Princess by Boa. It is one of my favorite auditions across any of these survival show programs. So that will always like go down in history for me. So I really liked Kang Woo-jin's audition. So I was really hoping that if he ever debuts in a group, that my worry is that the unique color of his voice would be drowned out or not utilized or brought out properly. Because here's the thing about singers, man. You can have a unique tone, color, and voice, but depending on the range and the tones and melodies that you're made to sing, you could lose that color. I think a good example of that, unfortunately, I'm not meant here to diss them. I'm hoping for the best for them, but Leo, who was someone that I was greatly rooting for within Boys to Planet as well, unfortunately, I feel like we lost a lot of his unique vocal color tone in Freak Alarm. I didn't hear any of that. Did he sound great? Yeah, but it sounded like any just standard good vocalist. If you listen to Leo's solo album, there you can hear his individual charm. You can hear what makes his R&B vocals really unique. And unfortunately, Wake One did not make use of that in their debut album. I'm hoping that in the comeback, that is rectified. But here with Kang Woo-jin, God, they really, really touched on his vocal tone really well. But so did they with Cherrymew. That is another thing I feel like that's why Cherrymew was never really on my short list on Boys to Planet, is because I never really got a full understanding of who he is as a singer. Is he charming as an idol? Yes. Is he charming on stage? Yes. But you also have to be able to sing. And he got like small little lines, and I wasn't quite sure what he was really capable of. And so the show did not really do a great job at capturing that. Here, wow, I love his voice individually without without Kang Woo-jin, but then you bring in Woo-jin's voice. I feel like Cheonimyu, he brings in a sort of like grounded masculine tone that I really like. It's not like a deep testosterone filled voice, but it's just like a nice strong foundation to the song. And then Kang Woo-jin brings in, it's not necessarily light, but he brings in this sort of like creamy, almost like dreamy sort of vocal texture. And when you pair them together, it feels like a song that is very bouncy. It's a little like cheery and poppy and airy in its atmosphere, but it also doesn't float too much. It's a song that's like rooted in, like, it's just grounded really well. And so the song is very charming. And I also think that's why it doesn't sound like just like a high teen song where the vocals are just like, oh, really, really high. The vocals here like stay like in like this middle lane that I think is really, really addictive. I want to watch that again. I want to listen to that again. I wasn't really following along with the plot. I was kind of enjoying the song itself. I think it had something to do with Kang Woo-jin likes a girl and he's like trying to confess to her, and Cheonimyu is like the wingman. He's like, bro, why can't you get this done? I think that's what I was picking up on, but let's kind of go through the music video a little bit more intricately. And now that I have my sound boosted, let's listen to that song again. Okay, so he's the one that picks up the plush. Let's see what's said in the text message with Kang Woo-jin and Yuzhera. I have to imagine that Yuzhera might be, the you thing is clearly like something that's present within this like group's like foundation, right? Because I wonder if you, so there's the way to you spelled like you, and then Flareu, Flareu in Korean, and then Sera, it could be like a fandom name type of thing, or it could be like saying Sarah, I don't know, or just there's like, could be like a religious name as well. Like Koreans like do like Christian names as well. I don't know if Sarah's a Christian name. But let's see. Woo-jin's message says, "Did you sleep well?" And then she says, I'm going to guess she, 몰라. I don't know. You sad face. 나 기분 별로야. My mood is whatever. I feel whatever. Wait a minute, the lyrics might actually be relating to the video. That doesn't really happen too much, but hold on. When my phone buzzed, I changed up. Something felt a little different. I'm feeling down. 나 기분 별로야. My mood is whatever. I'm feeling down. So that's exactly what she said in the text. I took off at your message. Hold on, wait a minute. This is playing in 1080. Why? I was like, the bit rate does not look clean. There we go. Okay, so Debut is trying to prop him up a little bit. Gives him a little bit of a makeover. Takes some photos for him. Also, really, like, vocally, I love this part from Debut. The red light, green light is so charming. All right, so there's Yuzhera. Ujin made a mess of himself. Interesting. So the stepping in the puddle does not come up in the storyline. It was just a transition to go into the dance chorus. So it looks like he got her a shake. He got her a smoothie. It says 좋은 하루 보내. Have a nice day. Have a good day. Yeah, he leaves that for her. Also, I gotta say, they look so good together. This is something that you don't really speak of often because a lot of groups have multiple members and you can't really do a lot of height matching. Height matching is also a pretty SM obsessed thing, but I gotta say, you know, these are two very tall boys with some tall torsos and they're both tall. They look really good together, right? Just like visually, I like them together. Someone knocked it over, so he couldn't deliver that smoothie for her. He's trying to make her day better, I think. 친구는 이제 오늘까지만. We're gonna be friends only until today. 오직 네 얼굴만 내 머릿속에 가득 차. Only your face completely fills up my head. Fills up my mind. Was he not paying attention in class and got in trouble by Teach? Okay, so he's thinking about getting her this little plush. And then he's like, oh, wait, I found this plush. You can give her this. So, you know, you can give her this trash. Yeah, but then Ujin, he can't bring himself to do it. So Debut, the ultimate wingman, is just frustrated with him. Love the way they shot this entire dance scene. This far away and topside angle, almost as if like they're filming them from like this bleacher perspective. Like this is the perspective you would have of like cheerly, like a cheer team, right? And especially with it being on like what looks like next to a track field, it's very appropriate. I'm on my way to. Maybe we're just saying, maybe it's just easy. Or maybe you feel the same way too. Okay, so couple things. What I really like about this music video is the plot itself. I think it's a great use of the fact that they have two members. K-pop music videos, I think when you have like 5 or more members, they do the thing of like each member is just playing the same character and then they're just cutting in between that. Or they're all playing like random roles, but like they're small bit roles because there's just, you know, too many members. Here, it's just 2 people. And so I like that there is kind of like a main character. Ujin is the main character here, trying to confess to a girl. And I like that Cherimyu is like this wingman type who's just trying to help him out. And in and of its own way, he's his own main character. And 2, they're rocking the Kangol hats in 2026. That's kind of crazy. I I ain't seen a person rock a Kangol hat that isn't like Samuel L. Jackson. You know, Samuel L. Jackson or like Spike Lee might be like the only two people on the planet that I've ever seen wear a Kangol hat in the past 10 years. And it works. The look kind of works. Oh, that's the lyrics of the song. 친구는 오늘까지만. We're friends only until today, and I'm on my way to you. So he cheers him up. So it's like it never resolves necessarily, but that's not what it's about. In the lyrics of the song, he says, "You know what? I've made up my mind. I'm gonna go for it." And so he's like hyping him up, cheering him up with a game of ball. You know what I felt watching this, and you know why I like this so much? This is quintessential K-pop. Within this K-pop landscape that we live in right now, first off, this song is like a solid almost 3 minutes, but within this landscape of, I think, a lot of commercialized fast food type of music and a lot of music that bends towards specific genres and trends, which are, mind you, not bad things. I am not of the belief that like K-pop should sound a certain way, but there is something to be said that there is a core K-pop sound, like a classic K-pop sound. And I feel like we don't hear that as much these days. And it would be nice to actually have a group who does that on the regular, at least. And you know what? I feel like this is like a quintessential classic K-pop sound. This is that very Chinese 누난 너무 예뻐, that 17th adore you. It's just bright, it's just feel good, and it's just like, I'm gonna confess to you and we're gonna be together, like we're friends only until today. And it's a little cheesy, it's a little corny, but that is kind of what classic K-pop is. I think the shift in sound that we see with modern K-pop is we're trying to get rid of the cheese. You know, people are becoming a lot more lactose intolerant to the cheese, and everyone is trying to become like just cool, you know, just stylish and cool and badass. And mind you, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think there is something to be said of anyone who can pull off a corny or a cheesy concept means that they did it earnestly. They put heart into it. And I think Way to You by Flareu is one of those projects, is one of those music videos, is one of those songs where, yeah, it's cheesy and corny on paper, but I think it works. I think they sell it with a lot of earnesty. They sell it with a lot of just good old fashioned, sweet serenading vocals. And their chemistry, I think, is fantastic as well. And so now that I heard it in much more rich depth, I gotta give this song a solid 10 out of 10. I personally really like it. It's that classic, beautiful, bright K-pop sound. And it's just, you know, it won me over. You know, it's like that's what he's trying to do, right? He's trying to win Yusera, and he won me over instead. So you get what you get, Flareu. Guys, that's going to be it for me. I'll pass the question off to you. As always, would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of Flareu's debut? What do you think of the song Way to You? Do you like the song? Is it a little too corny for you? Is it a little too cheesy for you? Does it sound a little outdated for you? Or is it exactly what you need right now? Let me know in the comments down below. Would love to hear your thoughts. In my opinion, I think it's fantastic, and it's so good that I had no intentions of checking out the album, and that's the job of a good title track. Now I want to check out the album. Not, I guess I got to check it out, but no, I want to check it out. And so I think the title track did a great job, but would love to hear your thoughts. Guys, thank you for tuning in to my reaction to Way to You. I will be doing a listening party for their Youth Error EP now that I have heard this title track and I enjoy it. So that'll be out in June. If you want to check it out, head on over to my Patreon. I do my listening parties on Patreon because of copyright blocks and restrictions. I cannot do them here on YouTube. If you want to check out any of my listening parties, or if you want to check out even my reaction to Boys to Planet, that was a journey in and of itself. Mind you, I struggled through that show. Boys to Planet was not great. But if you want to see me suffer, or if you want to watch my original Boys Planet reaction, that one I actually really loved, you can head on over to my Patreon, patreon.com/formatherapy. You can check out bonus reactions for all sorts of things, whether it's survival shows, K-pop variety reactions, live stage performances, or Limujin reactions, or documentaries, or dramas, or animes. Got all sorts of stuff. Go on over and check it out. Of course, you don't have to support the channel monetarily if you don't want to. You can simply hit the like button down below, or you can subscribe over here. I'll have a button for you right here, and you can check out my other videos in the upper hand corners. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Bye.